This is the realest sports show. This is the realest sports show. This is the realest sports show. This the realest sports show. And if you ain't have a clue, well, then now you know. Right here is where they discuss the hottest topics. If you think this show ain't the best, then you better stop it. From MLB runs to NFL X's and O's to the NBA's dribbles and shots and pick and rolls. Lulu, Mike, and Mark debating from their souls. No other three can match up toe to toe. The way they be dropping so much knowledge, what have you in your feelings wanting to get brawling? But I promise, once they debate get started, it's going to be impossible for you to just stop it. So tune in now and stop playing. And by the end of the show, I bet that you'll be saying, just tune in now and stop playing. And I bet by the end of the show, you'll be saying, this is the realest sports show. This is the realest sports show.
All right, sports fans. Good evening. Welcome to the Real Sports Show. I'm your host tonight, Mark, aka the Vet. And I don't know if anybody caught last week's show. I don't know if anybody caught this week's show, or whatever the case may be. Is there is absolutely no more of Lulu Love. There's no more of any Lulu on this show. There will be not one taste of her on the show again. She has been fired. She's been terminated. She is gone off the show. She is done with the show. And from this day forward, going forward, she is done with the show. So, the hiring process is open again. But like I said before, she is done with the show. She would not be returning back to the show. She's been fired due to technical difficulties behind the camera. And that's where I'm going to leave it alone at that. And that's how I'm going to leave it. So, as of stating this point in time right now, we're going to go into our first topic about these Washington Redskins and this Dallas Cowboy game that was on Thanksgiving. And we're going to talk about it tonight, you guys. I know a lot of Redskin fans out there pissed off. I understand that a lot of Redskin fans out there are kind of on the edge of saying that, there was a lot of bad calls that were made. There was a lot of calls that was not made. There was a lot of things that was going on in the game that shouldn't have been going on. A lot of people were nervous. Dallas was playing on, doing what Dallas does best. They run the ball and they do some play action plays, some RPOs that we're not used to, hence the quotation marks that we're not used to. But let me start off with my team here. And everybody knows I'm the biggest Redskin fan there ever was. I know I love my Skins. I love the way they do it. And I love things about my Skins or whatever the case may be. But let's talk about it for a second, everybody. So, how in the world can anybody blame Colt McCoy for having just a walkthrough now? Just a walkthrough. He had a walkthrough of the show. Of the game, I should say. He had a walkthrough of the game of what he was supposed to do, how he was supposed to do it, and when he was supposed to do it. Okay. Now, on top of that note is that, everybody has to crowd around him. Everybody has to do what they're supposed to do to help build this young man up. Because he's fresh in the pocket again. He hasn't played since 2014. So that's a 4-year difference here. That's a 4-year difference here of him coming out there and starting in the game. So instead of the team routing around him, I'm not even going to get to the defense just yet. Hold that thought. I'm not going to get to the defense just yet. This team I saw last night shocked me. You're on the biggest stage of the night. You're the biggest showcase of the night here, people. And you go out there and you just completely mess it all up. You completely just give them the ball. You completely just give it away to Dallas. And you let Dallas stay at home with a victory on Thanksgiving. You let Zeke just do whatever Zeke wanted to do. here, people. You let Zeke just do whatever he wanted to do. And Zeke went off for not only plus 100 yards, but I think he went off for 139 yards. Check my facts here, people. Let's check the facts here, people. You know, and it's sad because you had the potential to stop this run game. You had the potential to go out there and do what you had to do here, people. In Washington, you had the stats, you had the things, you had this team beat. Zeke went off for 26 rushing yards with 121 yards of rushing. He carried the ball 26 times and got over 121 yards of rushing here, people. Hold on now, let me say that again. 26 times this man carried the ball in attempts, 121 yards rushing in this game. In the first game that we played against Dallas this year, a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, Zeke only had 59 yards rushing, if I'm correct. And y'all can check my stat record on that. 59 yards versus 121 yards here, people. That's a lot of eating up yards that he did in that game. He went off. The boy played great. You had Dak Prescott sacked 4 times. Yeah, sounds like you would have made a difference. Yeah, exactly. But like I said, though, you got a man here. Dak Prescott got sacked 4 times. 4 times in the first half of the game, and you still couldn't capitalize on offense. The offense moved a little bit, got their first touchdown, and, you know, they was doing this. Now, let me tell y'all the reverse side of this. Adrian Peterson went for 12 yards, rushed an attempt of 12 times for only 35 yards rushing. 35 yards of rushing, with only averaging 2.9 yards per carry. Zeke did it for 4.7 yards per carry. That means he was out there eating up yards on his defense. Wait a minute now. We never said that there was a problem with the defense here. There was a problem with the Washington offensive line here. The offensive line here that, you know, was all banged up. That is supposedly this banged up team here on the offensive line. You showed it last night. You showed your tails off last night. After coming off a 2-point loss, you got your tails beat here, Washington. Got your tails beat here. And, you know, I see this. I see this in saying my wide receivers here, people. My wide receivers only one wide receiver. Trey Quinn got a touchdown. Vernon Davis got a touchdown. But where was the help in the run game? Not even going to talk about it. Because it burns me to the core here, people. It burns me to the core to even think that our run game could have got a successful run. I mean, we could have got successful in the run game. Couldn't even get the run game started. You started the game off. Instead of starting this man in slow, grooving him in, trying to get him in there a little bit, trying to wiggle him out, to try to get Colt McCoy comfortable with the ball, you start off throwing the ball. My Lord. The first pass for this offense, you throw the ball. Now, I understand people like to go out and try to wiggle themselves in there with a little, with a pass play to make the defense come in a little bit, or make them, bait on the defense and saying that, hey, we can throw the ball too on the first down play. Get that point. Get that. But when you got a veteran rookie, yeah, I said it, veteran rookie on the game here. Veteran rookie, meaning Colt McCoy is a veteran player, but a rookie in the game here a little bit, though. And he's starting out in Dallas, the biggest game of his life. Biggest game of his life, because this is battle for first place here, people. Or you either tie or you win first place in the division. 2-1 doesn't sound that bad. Not that bad. We got 2 wins in the division. We got 2 wins in the division already. It's not that bad. But what makes it bad here, people, is the factor of you looking and you throwing the ball, but you throwing the ball wild because you didn't have that timing down pat with the first string wide receivers. Now, if I'm a head coach here, I'm going to make sure my second string quarterback that I'm going to take with the future with me, that I signed on his team, I'm going to make sure he has first reps with the first squad. I'm going to make sure he get his reps in, because Alex Smith, yeah, of course he needs his reps, but I'm going to make sure that he gets practice with the first round people. That's going, and not first round people, I shouldn't say that. The first string squad that's going out there and playing in the game. Because I never know at any time frame whether or not I'm going to need him to come in the game and go out there and make passes or go out there and make a play for me in this game. Never would know that. But let's talk about Dak here. Dak went off for 269 yards yesterday. Dallas, now let's talk about this defense here. Dallas defense, man, they looked hungry. They looked like they really was wanting to go out there and stuff some turkeys yesterday on Washington's ass. Yeah, I said ass. Because the front line, even with Trent Williams being hurt, they still came out there and they ate this front line alive. Colt McCoy looked hesitant a little bit. He only went for 28 yards of rushing yesterday for 5 attempts. He looked rusty out there. But I need this offensive line to come out there and hold him up. And I couldn't even get that. Come on now, y'all talk to me. Y'all talk to me. This is a two-way talk here on this show. Two-way talk on this radio show here. You know, and it crumbles in my stomach here because I'm looking at this team. I'm looking at these teams out here, and Dallas couldn't even get a playoff last week, even though they're okay, and Zeke is kind of trying to get up there in yards or whatever have you. But I'm not riding the wave here, people. I'm not riding the wave because they got to play the Saints next week. The battle of the NFC East starts now. The battle for Supreme in the NFC East starts Sunday. Yes, it was tied up today. It was tied up last night. It was tied. But the real battle for the NFC East starts Sunday with the Washington Redskins going into Philadelphia, with the Dallas Cowboys going into New Orleans and playing the Saints here, people. This is the real battle here. Y'all not even listening to me tonight. I'm trying to tell y'all something real talk here. No, I'm sorry. New Orleans is going into Dallas on Thursday on the 29th. And Washington is going into Philadelphia on a Monday night game. You got time to practice here. You got a banged up Philadelphia squad here. And I think the Washington Redskins can try to at least pull out a squeaky win against Philadelphia. If you win this game here, Washington, this is the game that you need to win. Because like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, if you don't beat Philadelphia, you go down 2-2 in this division, you're not going to win it. You're not going to win it at all. Dallas will lose against New Orleans. We all know this. We all understand that New Orleans is on a freight train, and this train is keeping it moving and running, and it's going wild. And the Giants, and they had to play the Philadelphia Eagles again, and they got to play the Giants again. So, which means if you knock off the Eagles in one of these games here, and the Eagles go out there and beat them in this game here, we got a wide open playing field here, people. We got a wide open NFC East here, people. This NFC East teams right now, they're hungry. They want this playoff run. They need this playoff run. They need Philadelphia to stay at home. We need the Giants to stay at home, which they are going to stay at home. Sorry for the interruption, everybody, but y'all not hearing me, though. Here's what I'm saying to y'all, though. Y'all not hearing me. This team right here needs these victories. It's last. it's the last games of the season, everybody. We need these wins. We need to go out there and we need to take control of this game. And we need to go win. If we don't win, then it's going to be whatever it is at the end of the day. We need to go out there and we need to win. We need to go do what we got to go do. And we need to take control of this game in this season right now. So, as I'm saying before, everybody, you know we still got football Sunday coming up. We know we still got to do what we got to do. We're going to run down a little bit of the roster that's coming out here for football Sunday this coming up. Y'all know how we do. Oakland versus Baltimore. We already know in Oakland there's a real dysfunction in Oakland right now. Real dysfunction, no camaraderie in Oakland right now. Oakland is looking very, very weak, but Oakland is still trying to win. And the quarterback, Derek Carr already said it. No, I'm sorry. Their quarterback already wants them to, win, and they don't want the first round draft pick this year. He doesn't want that. He wants his team to progress. They lost 2 players in this season. And I understand what John Gruden is trying to do. John Gruden wants to go on a path of saying that we want to rebuild this team. You let go Khalil Mack, top pass rusher in the league. One of the top pass rushers in the league this year. Then you let go of Amari Cooper, one of your best receivers that you have on your team this year. So with that being all said here, I don't think they have a chance. But Lamar Jackson right now, the way he's looking, the way he's out there shining and profiling right now, I don't know if Baltimore's going to ever give him a chance. I'm going to give RG3 a chance. I think they need to cut their losses with RG3 and they need to let him go and let him go fly away and let him go do something better with another team. Because there's a lot of other teams right now that need a quarterback right now that he's wasting time right now sitting on the bench collecting a check. And I believe that Baltimore really wanted this man to play. And if the Ravens really wanted RG3 to be their second straight quarterback, I think they would have went out there and did what they had to do. Played them right when Joe Flacco got hurt. Now Lamar Jackson is getting his time in. Lamar Jackson's got his reps in with the first squad. Lamar Jackson is going out there proving that he's ready to be this top number 1 quarterback for the Ravens this week. While Joe Flacco is down, he's trying to will them on and winning games for the Ravens. Now you got Jacksonville and Buffalo. We all know Jacksonville gonna win that game. The game I'm most concerned to see will be Seattle and Carolina. Seattle and Carolina game is, y'all already know. I'm thinking that it's going to be a good game because Seattle's defense they're pretty much doing what they got to do. They're okay. They're not too bad, not too banged up though, but Seattle defense is very, very good at controlling the passing game and controlling the run game as well. So we're not going to talk about that too much. I think Seattle winning that game by at least 7 or 14 points. Hey, Cleveland and Cincinnati. Y'all already know who I'm going to pick in this game. Really, I even really need to comment on this. We already know Cincinnati going to take that game by 14 points or more. But, I'm not going to count out Cleveland, though, because Baker Mayfield has been doing his thing out there, slinging the rock, doing what he got to do. He's not too shabby right now. He's at an 87.5% rate as a quarterback. Not too bad, not too shabby. He gets the job done when he needs to get the job done. So I'm not going to really say that. But you got a veteran quarterback coming in here. Andy Dalton ain't playing games. And the way they're trying to do what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to get into the playoffs. So the playoff hunt has just started. Now, if Cleveland drops this game here, they're out of the playoff run. There's no chance of them coming back in the playoffs. There's no chance of them even ever making the playoff run this year anyway. But we like to see that they have 3 games that they won. Fine and Danny? Well, great. Now we're going to bust it all down to game of the week for me would be Green Bay versus Minnesota, and then Denver versus Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh will need this game to win anyway. So these 2 games, I got Green Bay winning, and I got Pittsburgh taking out Denver in this game. So we're going to leave that alone. But now we're going to switch over topics here, people. Switch over topics just a little bit. What is going on I just really want to know what is going on with this Washington Wizards. Can anybody explain that to me? What is going on in the Wizards locker room? The Wizards just lost tonight to Toronto, 125 to 107. I don't know if anybody knew that, but they just lost. I'm not seeing locker room chemistry. I'm not seeing it at all. I'm not seeing the same team that came out 2 years ago that wanted to make the playoffs, that wanted to go deeper in the playoffs, that wanted to score and wanted to win the championship. I'm not seeing that in this team this year. You signed Dwight Howard. Everybody kind of said that was a bust when you let go of Marcin Gortat, but you thought that it was going to be an upgrade from Marcin Gortat, even though he went to the Clippers, and even though y'all beat the Clippers. I'm not seeing the chemistry here. I'm not seeing it. Bradley Beal, John Wall, who is the distinct problem here? Is it the whole team, or is it John Wall and Bradley Beal? They're not communicating. They're not the team captains that you need them to be. Now, there's been a lot of talk here going on around here that anybody from the Washington Wizards is capable of being traded this season. Anybody. And when I say anybody from the Washington Wizards, anybody on the Wizards roster can get traded this year. And there's been a lot of talks that they're going to try to trade John Wall. There's been a lot of talks about they're going to try to trade Bradley Beal. There's been a lot of talks that like I said, anybody on this roster can get traded. Even what's my boy name? Kelly Oubre, Otto Porter. I'm just looking at these. I'm looking at this team here. This team is built to go. At least the first string players are built to go to make a playoff run this year. You didn't build on your bench like you were supposed to do. You tried to build on the bench a little bit though, but you didn't build on the benches like you were supposed to. This Wizards team is not. They're not colliding. They're colliding right now. You don't know whether it's Scott Brooks can't get control of the team. But then again, last year, though, there was a problem with Marcin Gortat not being the problem. But as we could clearly see that he wasn't the problem in locker room at all, period. So where is this team falling down at? Where is this team really breaking down the chemistry at? And I'm not seeing Dwight Howard play at all, period. Is he still hurt? Is he getting hurt? Did you pick up a bum that's going to now officially keep getting hurt on the team? This is not the center that I want to see. This is not the game that I need to see from anybody. This team right here is not built this year, on my opinion here. This team right here ain't built strong. This team right here is built to be not only not a playoff team this year, potentially. We're still in the first half. We don't know what's going to happen next year. We don't know if they can rally together next year and build this back up together and make a playoff run next year. They might win some more games in the last half of the stretch. I need this team to start clicking. You're 6-11 right now, and you just lost tonight to Toronto, which makes you guys, like I said, 6-11. That makes Toronto 15-4. The East is wide open, people. The NBA in the Eastern Conference right now is sitting wide open after LeBron James just left. And I'm not even going to get on the West Coast just yet. Not even going to touch the West Coast just yet, though. But like I said, this whole entire East Coast, the Eastern Conference in the NBA, is left wide open. And the teams that are out there, come on now. You're talking about a Toronto team with Kawhi Leonard, the best two-way player I've seen in this league in the coming years now. One of the best two-way players in the league this year. One of the best, and he's proven it. He's proved it with the Spurs when it was on the West Coast. He's proven it. So when I'm looking at this, you got Milwaukee teams like Kupo, Philadelphia. You got Indiana, Detroit, Charlotte. Charlotte is even showing out, people. Orlando coming out there 9-9. Boston is 9-9, which is a shocker to me because with Kyrie Irving on his team and the team that they built, You know, you would think that this team would be even up in the ranks of being at least 11 and something, or however many games they're, however many games or whatever. You would think this team will be up there, but they're not showing that they're capable of being up there. You got Brooklyn, which the Wizards hold the number 10 spot right now, and they're tied for the number 10 spot right now, and 11th spot because Miami's right behind them. What am I saying here, people? Is Cleveland is 2-14. I know you all seen that's coming because they can't even get J.R. Smith on point. And that was the biggest problem on the team because you didn't want to get J.R. Smith a chance. I mean, you don't want to do that because is this man really what you need on your team? And they have came to a conclusion that he's going to sit out until he is traded. Till this man is traded from this team. I'm really looking at these teams, and let me go out west here. The Lakers have moved up to the number 7 seed, which they were in the 12th seed just a month ago. They was in the 12th seed. Now they're 10-7. They're winning basketball games. This team is getting on point. This team is getting on track. Now, the Golden State Warriors. Let's talk about the locker room confusion right then and there. Draymond Green and KD getting involved with each other like they're beefing now on the court. Really, y'all two, y'all are the center focus of this team right now. With Steph Curry being injured, and you still got Klay Thompson over there trying to will this team to victory. This team has lost 4 games straight. I don't foresee this team keep going downhill without Steph Curry when Steph Curry gets back on the court, though. I'm not saying that at all. But I am foreseeing that this team right here, the Warriors, Draymond Green, and Alfonso McKinney ruled out for the Blazers game. This team is going downhill very, very quickly. They're going downhill very, very quickly. And we're not even in midway of the season right now. And they're sitting in a number 5 seed right now. Portland is beating them out right now as sitting at the number 1 seed. Now, it's still wide open. There's still that margin of error right there because any team can take the number 1 seed in the West Coast right now. Anybody can take that seed. Anybody can go out there and potentially move up in the seeds. It's still the beginning of the season here. The season is still fresh. We all know that. We all understand that the season is still fresh. So we still got to go out there and support your teams. Keep your teams going. Keep everything going forth with them. Now, like I said before, and I'll say this again, I'm surprised to see the Lakers have moved up to the number 7 seed. And everybody's only 1 game behind or half a game behind each other. So what that tell you is that anybody is left over to anybody. Anybody can go out there and take it in the West Coast because it's a battling West Coast right now. The West Coast is so solid. The West Coast is so powerful right now. They got every star player except for maybe a couple of players on the East Coast right now that are trying to build up the East Coast to keep the East Coast still alive, like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, what's my boy name? Joel Embiid. You got all these players in the East, these talented stars in the East that can still make it do what it do. I'm just saying this. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. I'm just throwing it out there that the East Coast is wide open. Now, which team do you all have to go down there in Toronto? I think Toronto is going to make the Eastern Conference Finals this year. That's my bet. And whatever team that has to go up against them this year is going to have a fight on their hands because I do believe that the East is still just wide open. It's just there. The East Coast is there. The East Coast is going to be this year. If the East Coast don't win the finals this year, I think they're going to shut it down. I honestly think that they're going to shut down this East versus West kind of games here, and they're going to shut it down to where it's going to be just each team going west to east, east to west in the playoffs. Because it's not going to be a thing like that anymore if the East Coast can't pull this off in the next 2 years. One team got to reign supreme. And it looks like the Golden State Warriors, this supreme team that everybody keeps talking about, is not getting the job done right now. They're losing a 4 games straight. And KD is putting his head down because he thinks he's the problem of it. Like I said before, and I'll say this again, there's a lot of things that's going on here. Now, I just got breaking news here. Steph Curry was involved in a multi-car crash on Black Friday today. His car is okay, everybody. He's okay. Steph Curry's okay. He crashed his Lamborghini or whatever kind of car, or his Porsche today on interstate. But his family and him is okay. Things like this happens around. It happens. It was a multi-car crash on Black Friday. Let me see if I get the report on that. On Friday, the Golden State Warriors point guard was on Highway 24 in Oakland, California. Let me see if I can get this out. Despite his Porsche being badly damaged, everyone involved in the accident appears to be just fine, including Steph Curry. A California spokesman, a highway patrol spokesman, said Curry was hit twice. First, a car spun out and hit him. Then a second car rear-ended him. Curry's Porsche was damaged, but everyone, included Curry, appears to be okay. Shout-outs to the fam. Prayers go out to the fam. Thank y'all for everybody being safe. Thank y'all that everybody is going to be okay. Just the cars got damaged, and that's it. That was just breaking news towards me. I just read it. If something like that is going on, I send my prayers out to those families that were involved in that accident that just happened on the road. If y'all just watching now, like I said, Steph Curry was involved in the accident, a multi-car accident on the Highway 29, I believe that was. Highway 29, yes. But he appears to be okay. The point guard from the Golden State Warriors, in case you guys didn't know. Now, about this Draymond. Now, I'm a move forward from that topic, from the Draymond Green and KD topic here. But the Lakers are seen to be finding a way to win. Luke Walton calls, they're finding a way to win. And they're finding a way to get the job done. LeBron or Kyrie not wanting to play with him, that's not my problem. Now, this LeBron James and Kyrie Irving story, we all know goes back to Cleveland. And we all know that these two teammates here, Kyrie Irving was one of the reasons why the Cavaliers beat the Golden State Warriors in the finals game that year they won. Now, as you can see, LeBron James has struggled without Kyrie Irving, without another 36-point game, point person on its team that can carry the team as well. Without him being on the court, they struggled last year. They struggled to win game. They struggled to win the finals last year and got swept. They got swept last year. We all know they got swept. We all understand what happened. That was one of the things that LeBron James never did. He never got swept in the finals. Well, actually, I take it back. I'm lying. He did get swept in the finals by the Dallas Mavericks. And a lot of people don't even talk about it no more. And a lot of people don't even want to bring that up no more, that he did get swept in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks back when he was with the Miami Heat. Now, this team right here, as far as I'm saying here, is that this was said by LeBron James. I think by the time it got to me, he wanted to be traded. I think he was already gone, James added. He was already gone, and it was up to the organization to do their job and try to keep him as well. The guy still had 2 years left on his contract. They didn't have to give him up. It could have been repaired then. Bring him in. Let's see what happens. I don't think his stock drops if he still comes to Cleveland. See what happens, and at the trade deadline, you can still do it then. That was LeBron James talk about Kyrie Irving and what can happen or how it can happen or whatever have you. But like I said, guys, this thing started back in Cleveland with Kyrie Irving wanted to leave Cleveland and wanted to go somewhere else because he wanted to be the face of the team. He wanted to be able to carry a team to a championship by himself. He wanted to do it without being under LeBron James' shadow. Because if you're under LeBron James' shadow, you're not going to get the recognition that you want, and you're damn sure not going to get whatever you need by the spotlight. Because every spotlight is going to end. It's going to start with LeBron. It's going to end with LeBron. And that's how it was at Cleveland. It started with LeBron, ended with LeBron. And LeBron was leaving after 4 years anyway. We all knew that was coming up. And he only signed a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Think about it, people. Think about that. He signed 4 years with the Lakers, and he has 4 years to at least try to get them to a championship game. 4 years to try to win on the West Coast, this stacked up West Coast. But here's a question to y'all. Here's a question I'm going to throw out there to everybody. Do you all still think that if the Golden State Warriors break up, KD leaves, goes out to the East, that the West Coast will still be standing up still stronger today? I throw that out to you guys. I really do. I'm going to toss that question out to you guys. Do y'all really think that this whole West Coast, because I don't foresee KD stand or Draymond Green standing on the Golden State Warriors. I don't foresee that. I don't think they're going to make it together at the end of the season, at the end of this season right here. I think it's a battle of contracts. And I put it out there in the middle of the street too, a couple shows ago, that why would you want to go join a super team when somebody's going to want to get paid? Somebody's going to want to get their stardom going. Somebody's going to want to get the spotlight. It can't be the whole team. It's somebody on the team that's going to want to get that spotlight. And KD, I believe, still wanted to join his team just for a ring or two. And he got it. That's it. All wells and ends well. But like I said, though, it is what it is. This West Coast is still wide open, people. Wide open. Because the teams out west are so combative that you can't even compete out there without bringing the A game every single night that you play. So, you guys, I'm going to wrap this show up tonight with saying this. If your team ain't winning yet, you got to do what you got to do. If your team is winning, then go out there, keep supporting your teams, keep hope alive, and keep going strong. I'm going to end this show tonight with saying thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being out there supportive. For those that watch the show, those are newcomers on the show, thank y'all for watching and supporting me on the show. And I also want to leave y'all with this right here and there. If you didn't watch the show tonight, go watch it again. And if you did watch the show tonight, go repost the show on your page. Link the show to your page. Share the show. Sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. Remember that, guys. So I'm out of here, guys. Shout out to Teddy B. Shout out to everybody that watched the show tonight. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. I know it's a short show tonight, but we gotta get it in though, right? I'll see y'all later, man.
See, this is the realest sports show. See, this is the realest sports show. See, this the realest sports show. And if you ain't have a clue, well, then now you know. Right here is where they discuss the hottest topics. If you think this show ain't the best, then you better stop it. From MLB runs to NFL.
I'll see y'all later, y'all.
To the NBA